it do? My Gucci gurus, welcome back to Learn Ya with Jack, all about your soul. Your favorite corner of the universe. Just you, me, we, he, she, they, and thee. I, if you haven't been here before, am your cosmic mother, and I'm here to guide you here at Gracious Guidance through the vibrant and fiery energies of the zodiac today to continue our multiplanetary series. We're diving into the bold, passionate, action-oriented world of all the fire signs, which entails Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Now, I'm sure you're already familiar with the fire sign's spicy, hot temperament, but fire signs are much more than just passion. Okay? They are fierce, intuitive, and basically constantly on the move. They're hard to put out, right? Together, we're going to explore how the energy of each of the signs actually express themselves, from their radiant light to their shadow aspects and gifts as well. To create balance and order and truly harness their power. 1 second. One of our dogs is whining. Quit, buddy. Quit. No. No. Go lay down. So let us get ready to turn up the heat and dive into the world of the fire signs. But first, how do we always start? By prayer. So let us pray. Dear Heavenly Creator, thank you for this perfect present moment that is a gift that you have given to us to share together, to embark on the journey of understanding the fiery zodiac signs. Now, as we understand these fiery archetypes, we can better look at our own selves and understand some of the energies that reside within. Please open our hearts, minds, souls, bodies, spirits to the words I'm about to say, to integrate into our daily lives, to understand everything that is energy around us and how it fluctuates and flows and goes. Yes, thank you, amen. Okay. A few things that I want to start with as well are the tools. Today I have some of the Star Codes Astro Pocket Oracle, which is linked in my Amazon storefront. And I'm also utilizing the Penguin Dictionary of Symbols. She's thicky thick. Love her. So if you'd like to cop some copies yourself, you can do that. We're going to start today with understanding the element of fire as a positive masculine energy. In the esoteric tradition, fire is considered the positive masculine principle, which is all three of those signs. It doesn't matter or mean anything within the male gender. It's an energy, a masculine energy, the duality of life. You have masculine and feminine, and you have everything in between, okay? Now, the masculine energy is an active energy. It's the sun, it's outward, it's radiant, it's divine yang within the yin and yang. The yang is the hot. Fire initiates, it penetrates, it doesn't wait, it moves. Y'all ever seen a fire? It's doing its thing. It can destroy, it can burn down, and it can make anew for rebirth and replenishment. So this is the type of energy that says I was sent. It's ad astra per ignem, which is Latin for to the stars through fire. I love it. Psychologically, fire signs are extremely intuitive types. They feel truth in their bones before it manifests in real form. They see a future and they become that future. But with great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes the call for great balance, and fire is unchecked. When unchecked, will become destructive, right? We're going to explore each of the signs, its light, shadow, and soul corrections, how to master these things, and the cosmic elements within, starting with my personal favorite, the Aries, as I am a fire sign Aries sun. The moon. The moon, what? Okay. I am cardinal fire. To act. Aries is to act. We'll kick things off with our first zodiac sign. So the Aries is bold and fearless. It's the leader of the zodiac ruled by Mars. Aries is the I am, the trailblazer, the pioneer, the one who acts first and asks questions later. As a cardinal fire sign, Aries is all about initiating the action, taking charge. If there's a challenge, you can bet Aries is going to actually meet it head on. It's the ram. Whoa, I don't know what that was. No hesitations. Okay. Psychologically, Aries is highly intuitive, always trusting their gut. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They make things happen. They take advantage of the moment and make the moment perfect. Aries is incredibly good at initiating things. Sometimes they do need to be mindful of the long-term consequences of somewhat impulsive actions. It's giving shadow. Now, I do want to read a portion of the Aries in Symbols book here. Why, you might ask? Because I think it's absolutely beautifully written. So, the Aries dates are going to be from the 21st of March to mid-April the 20th. It states, this zodiac sign corresponds to the ascent of the sun with the passing from cold to warmth and from darkness to light, and is not unrelated to the quest for the golden fleece, the ram. It is the first sign of the zodiac situated in the 30 degrees immediately following the vernal equinox. Nature wakes from the torpor winter, and this sign symbolizes first and foremost the thrust of spring, and hence impetus. Why can I speak? Virality. Right. What? Not sure what that word is. Sorry, y'all. It is the chief sign of Mars, energy, independence, and courage. It is par excellence, the positive or male sign. Its strong influence is unfavorable to women when it's in the ascendant at the time when a female is born. Your ascendant is your rising sign. So, the sign of Aries is a symbol immediately connected to the nature of primordial fire. It is the cosmic image of the brute force of fire which first manifested itself in an explosion of flame. This is a fire which is simultaneously creator and destroyer, blind and rebellious, disorderly and prolific, generative and sublime. It circulates in all directions from a fixed point. This fiery power is at one with the original gush of life-giving forces, the primal surge of life, with all which such a process possesses in terms of pure animal impulse, shattering uncontrollable lightning discharge, measureless ecstasy, and fiery breath. Profound. Now, I'm actually wanting to also read you guys the portion of the Star Codes Astral Pocket Oracle. Here's the Aries card. She cutie, okay? And I would like to read you the gift portion of this. I thought it was cute. It says Aries marks the beginning of spring in the northern hemisphere. Long after dark winter, the dead landscape comes alive. Plants that have been shorn of leaves or dormant now breathe new life. This is a brave miracle, and it can be your miracle. Feel the flowing inner life force, trust this divine direction, and summon the courage to begin. Oh, thank you. In the shadow side of Aries, y'all, Aries can struggle with impatience, impulsiveness, aggression. Aggression. If Aries does not take the time to step back and reflect, their fiery energy can actually burn out. And it can just take over and burn out of control. Eek. To truly harness the power of Aries, there's a need for balance to learn to channel the fiery patience and awareness. A perfect Latin phrase for Aries would actually be carpe diem, seize the day. It perfectly encapsulates the Aries energy, urging us all to act without hesitation. But remember, it's about smart action, not just fast action. So I wanted to actually put in a little bit about the Kabbalah as well, a couple of spiritual insights here, with the Aries embodying the energy of Chesed, kindness, as the most active form. I believe Chesed is the right shoulder. And yeah, so when the Aries is aligned, essentially they use their energy to lead with compassion and inspiring others. Without balance, Aries risks using their power to bulldoze rather than to uplift. So there's dark and light to each sign, and all of this resides within us as well. One of the good Bible verses that pairs with Aries is going to be from Joshua chapter 1 verse 9, which states, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Aries is a natural born leader that needs to essentially trust their strength and know that they are divinely guided with every step that they take. Okay. Next. So that is the conclusion of the energy of Aries. I hope that gives you guys a good understanding. Let me know in the comments what you like and dislike. So let's get on to Leo, the I will fixed fire sign, the sign that likes to shine. Leo is ruled by the sun. It is the I will, the sign that does not just want to shine, but needs to shine. Leos are extremely confident, creative, and undeniably magnetic. As a fixed fire sign, Leo's energy is steady, consistent, and always ready to step into the spotlight. Whether they're on stage, at a center of a gathering, or simply in their element, Leo knows they're meant to be seen and heard. Psychologically, Leo is extremely intuitive with a strong sense of self. They know their worth, and they're here to express that creatively from the heart. Their natural leadership abilities draws in people, making them a source of information and warmth. Okay, so let's grab our symbols. And Leo on page 594 here, bottom left hand corner, Leo is the dates from the 23rd of July to the 22nd of August. The fifth sign of the zodiac fills the height of summer. The sign is therefore characterized by nature's fruition under the heat of the sun, its ruling planet. Placed at the heart of the zodiac, the sign expresses a lust for life, ambition, pride, and exaltation. Leo brings us back once more to the element of fire. However, a change of principle develops between Aries and Leo, so that the brute animal strength, as spontaneous and instantaneous as a spark or flash of lightning, conscious strength emerges to become a controlled and operable force. Like a flame giving a full and constant heat and light, we have, in any case, come from the morning light of spring to the splendor of summer's noontide. The sign is denoted by the royal majesty of the King of Beasts, an emblem of sovereign power, of strength and nobility, and it is coupled to the sun. Both the sign and the sun symbolize life governed by heat, light, glamour, power, and the glitter of the elite. Thus, Leo types are like triumphant odes sung to the accompaniment. I promise I can read. Sometimes it's hard to speak. The accompaniment, I just can't with that one right now, of sounding brass aflame with the life force. This zodiacal type corresponds to the high-powered character of the strong-willed fanatic driven by the obsession to do. They love action, the emotionally active strength as controlled and directed towards a goal and subservient to long-term designs. A strong nature, inherently endowed with a full-bodied enjoyment of life, finds justification for existence by making the heavens ring with its achievements. This power can be expressed as horizontal deployment, as a Herculean type of efficiency, as physical presence, physical activity in the here and now, from the heart space. Thank you, Penguin Dictionary of Symbols. We love it. We love you. Okay, let's go ahead and read the gift of Leo, which is the heart. Here is the Lion Leo card from our beautifully designed Star Codes Astral Pocket Oracle. Now let's go ahead and get into a Yeah. Okay. Gift of Leo is love. Leo rules the heart, so bring your energy and intention into your heart space and let this chakra, heart chakra, become a beacon. Honor the heart within each person you meet and watch your dynamics shift. Thank you, Pocket Oracle, Star Code Astra. Now, the shadow aspect of Leo is when the energy is out of balance, they can slip into pride, arrogance, the need for constant admiration, so seeking external validation instead of having that internal alignment of validation and getting validation from the creator. Leo's shadow side will emerge when they forget that their true power lies in not seeking attention, but in using their light to uplift others. Sounds similar to Aries a little bit, yeah? So for the Latin portion, the best fitting for Leo energy is going to be Lux in Tenebris. Not sure if that was accurate, but light in darkness. Ooh. It's giving flame. It's giving fire. Leo embodies this phrase perfectly, because they tend to shine when things around them seem very dim. They will light up a room and illuminate anything that they touch. For some Kabbalah spiritual insights, Leo actually aligns with the Tefret, beauty and balance, the energy of harmonious self-expression. Y'all, when Leo is in this balance, they actually radiate the beauty and the inspiration, create harmony wherever they go with themselves, people, places, things, others, what have you. So again, when they're out of balance, their ego is going to overshadow that beauty and cloud their connection to others. The best Bible verse is going to be from Matthew chapter 5 verse 16. This states, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Leo's light is meant to shine brightly for the world. It's not about the I or the you, it's about the we, impacting your light, using that to impact others. So that concludes our Leo energy, and we're going to get into it, with Sagittarius, our final fire sign energy. We love you, Sag. The IC, mutable fire. The two expand. So, let's get into it. Sagittarius is extremely adventurous, and they are philosophical fire, ruled by planet Jupiter. Sagittarius is the IC, always looking for the new horizons, the new knowledge, and also the new experiences. Thus, the mutable fire sign is actually here to expand, to explore, and they want to understand the vastness of life. Whether it's traveling the globe, expanding their intellectual horizons, the Sagittarius is always seeking that next adventure. Psychologically, Sagittarius is extremely intuitive. This is a common thread with all the fire signs. With a knack for seeing the higher and bigger picture, they have an insatiable curiosity and an extremely deep thirst for knowledge. Their energy is very expansive. Another thread that's very similar within all the fire signs. And they have the ability to inspire others with optimism and their adventurous spirit. So, another thread within fire signs is inspiring others in different ways, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and utilize our penguin book here. Sagittarius dates are from November 22nd to December 20th. This states on the right-hand upper page of 821, the 9th sign of the zodiac occurring just before the winter solstice, at a time when country people have a pause in working the land and can devote their energies to hunting. This symbol of movement, of nomadic instincts, of independence, and of quick reaction, the sign is ruled by Jupiter. We have now reached the last of the 3 fiery signs. If the strength of fire was visceral in Aries and in Leo, was accompanied by a will dedicated to self-glorification in Sagittarius, the force that of spiritual enlightenment and infusion, and an internal flood tide on which ego and instinct transcend their limitations and approach the superhuman. This sign stands as the image of sublimation. The 4 horses' hooves are planted firmly on the ground. It's the centaur. While the human body part of the centaur faces the heavens, draws his bow, and points his arrow at the stars, providing the portrait of some bursting with life and oriented towards the wildest fulfillment. The ruler of the sign is, of course, Jupiter, the principle of cohesion and unification. Jupiter is extremely expansive and abundant, wielding into one broad global synthesis. Wow, guys, I can't speak and read and do anything. No, I can. Speaking into existence. Wow, this is the best video I have ever watched in my entire life. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get back into it. Global synthesis. There we are. Things heavenly and things earthly, flesh and spirit, unconscious and superconscious. A Sagittarian structure is thus related to that of epic poetry, symphonic music, cathedral architecture, and the path taken by the pantheistic urge towards integration into the life of the universe. Ooh, wow. Thank you. I love it. Okay. Star codes. Let's get into the gifts. Here is the Sagittarius Centaur. Wow. To expand. So, the gift of Sagittarius is to honor all their relationships. That's what they do. Sagittarius reminds us that our spiritual path is connected to all our relations, the 2-footed, 4-footed, many-legged, winged, scaled, and finned, and they are connected to us. So, deeply rooted in relationships. Thank you, Star Codes Astro Pocket Oracle. We appreciate it. Let's get into the shadow self of Sag, which can be a tendency towards restlessness, scattered energy, or lack of follow-through. They're always searching for the next big thing, but sometimes they can get caught up in the journey that they actually forget to ground themselves and finish what they first started. So the Latin phrase that actually pairs well with this is ad astra per aspera, which is to the stars through difficulties. Sagittarius understands that expansion requires effort, but they know that the reward is worth the challenge. From the Kabbalistic perspective, Sagittarius aligns with Hod, which is glory, the intellectual energy of understanding and transmitting wisdom. When in balance, Sag will share knowledge that uplifts the collective. But when out of balance, they may wander aimlessly, never truly grounding themselves into practical action. So, the best Bible verse to kind of pair with this energy is going to be from John chapter 8 verse 32, which says the truth will set you free. Sagittarius, their search for the truth is their gift, but they need to remember that freedom actually comes from not just the quest, but actually integrating what you learn in life. Yes. So, our next little finalization before we conclude is going to be balancing the fire within. As we're going to wrap up our exploration here of the fire signs, I really want to focus on balance from these perspectives of the Leo, the Aries, the Leo, and the Sagittarius, that each are bringing out their own distinctive energy into the zodiac, but they also are actually harnessing at the same time their own power in understanding their shadows and balancing their light. For Aries, if you're an Aries, you must learn that you need to channel your fiery energy with patience and foresight. If you're Leo, your light actually shines brightest when you're serving others, not when you're seeking validation from others. And with Sagittarius, your expansive energy needs to be grounded to create real-world impact. A great Latin phrase for this would be in omnia paratus, which essentially means ready for anything. This really does embody all the fire signs perfectly. When in balance, you're ready to face any challenge, igniting all your passions, and create wherever you go. Within the Kabbalah, all of these fire signs would be connected to the seraph of Chokmah, which is wisdom. My deepest apologies if I'm pronouncing that inaccurately. When they tap into the wisdom, your fire sign becomes a guiding light, but without the wisdom, you can actually burn out of control. The key is balance in aligning your inner fire with divine wisdom and direction. So, to conclude, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining me through our cosmic journey together through the sky in the fiery realms of our favorite Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius signs here. The energy of these signs is to light people up, okay, and each other and ourselves. It's important to remember that the balance within is where your power resides, and balance and awareness and self-mastery. So, again, I did link my Astro deck here to the storefront, so if y'all want to check that out, please go ahead and do that to, obtain it for your own collection. If today's video did resonate with any of y'all, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me which sign you're leaning into the most in your life, and I'm going to do one of the other groups next. I'm not sure. Maybe I should do... You let me know. Should I go earth, water, or air for our next video in the series of learning about your birth chart and the zodiacs? Don't worry, y'all. I will be putting together a video on understanding your birth chart as well, but that's going to be more towards the end of this series. For this series, I'm trying to kind of dive deeper into every section within the zodiac and your birth chart, understanding all the different aspects and all the different energies. That way we can actually go ahead and put everything together towards the end. So it is kind of a little bit longer of a storyline here. But yeah, definitely check out my previous videos and stay tuned. Subscribe for more so you can stay well linked here. Love y'all.